The Arizona Cardinals gave Trey McBride a 4-year, $76 million extension. That's $19 million a year for a tight end who's very good, but not as good as George Kittle. What do you think this means for the Niners and Kittle in that negotiation, if it's happening?
He's going to want his bag. That's what it means. He's definitely going to want his bag. I think the more interesting thing with Kittle is he's made it very clear he wants to be a Niner for his whole career. I think the question is how willing is he? Is he willing to not get paid that amount of money to do it? I hope he is, because if the Niners can get him for a cheaper deal, that would be huge. And it could really expand their development for the future of signing and retaining players, which they clearly don't like to do based on this offseason. But I do think that it means good things for Kittle, especially in his pockets. Like his pockets hopefully could be a little more lined. Trey McBride is like so young though, so I don't know if that really plays a big aspect into that contract too, because he's not. He's very young and he's really good.
What I don't understand is why the Arizona Cardinals could extend Trey McBride in early April, and the Niners never can extend anyone in early April. Like, we asked Jed the other day, and he was like, well, you can't force these guys to sign. They got to sign when they're ready. They're ready when you make them a good offer, dude. What are you talking? And you always make them the good offer eventually. Yeah. But Arizona got it done in April. The Buffalo Bills extended Josh Allen in like February. What are you waiting for? And how does this ever work out for you?
I think this offseason has kind of shown us a little more of what the Niners front office is kind of like when it comes to contract extensions and signing free agents. With everything I've seen this offseason, from the cutting and re-signing of Juszczyk, from the trying to get Greenlaw after he had already talked to Broncos, and everything in between, I feel like this is the type of team that really likes to play hardball. And they really like to say, hey, listen, I'm not offering you a penny more. And then when you find a deal with a penny more, they're like, wait. I think that's the type of team that they are. And I think that in today's league, where it's very much player empowerment, if you're not going to be looking out for players in a certain way and maybe trying to lowball them and undercut them, I think you're just screwing yourself over. And I think that players are starting to see that. And it doesn't look good for them, to be completely honest.
You know, it's interesting. Like, they like to slow play their negotiations, and it's debatable whether that's effective. But in this case, it looks like it's not. You wanted to take your time with George Kittle. You could have done this in January. Now his price just went up. But at quarterback, I feel like it's in the right approach. The longer they wait with Brock, I think the more apparent it becomes that the quarterback market has changed and teams are much more reluctant to give tier 1 money to tier 2 quarterbacks. Is that a fair way to put it? I mean, I'm not trying to downgrade Brock, but he's not a tier 1. He's not a tier 1 quarterback. And I think his agent's argument is, well, neither's Tua, neither's Dak, neither's Love, neither's Trevor. Like, and that's true. But those guys got extensions last year or the year before. And this year, quarterback after quarterback is signing something in that like Baker Mayfield range at best. And to me, is Brock a better quarterback than Baker Mayfield?
It's a question mark, but I think you are right that if you do this to a quarterback, especially where Brock's at right now in his current NFL career, it's the perfect time to be taking your time with that. But I think we've been shown it in the past when it came to Ayuk's holdout, when it came to Bosa's holdout. Like, every time they try this hardball tactic on a player that is not a quarterback, it does not go well. It never does. And they continue to ride that wave for some reason. I will never be able to know why, but they want to ride that wave and nothing's changing them. The Brock part, though, thank God. Thank God this is happening right now, because if they, like earlier on last season when Brock was saying, I want 60, if they had just done that extension, imagine how bad it would be right now. We would be talking about so much more, and it would all be about Brock Purdy, because it would be.
If the Niners had given Brock Purdy like $60 million in the first day that the season ended, just be like, we want to get out in front of this because we know the quarterback market's only going to go up. And then you wait and you're like, oh, snap. The Seahawks got a really good deal at quarterback. The Raiders got a really good deal at quarterback. Aaron Rodgers can't get anyone to pay him big money. I mean, those contracts just aren't out there this year. It seems like, it just like buying buying a quarterback or like signing a quarterback is almost like real estate prices in Oakland. It's like, oh, there's been a lot of bipping in the last couple of years. Oh, prices went down. Prices went down. Oh,
I like the
you know what I
comparison.
mean? I'm just saying.
Hey, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
The market's shifted. All of a sudden, people are like, I don't want to get my car bipped 7 times in a year. Maybe I'm not spending all this money for this quarterback. It's not the best analogy, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh, I totally get what you're getting at. By the way,
Yeah.
now I'm just curious. Have you been bipped? Has your car been bipped yet in Oakland?
Yes.
But
it was my fault. And I feel like we always say that, right? It's like, well,
yeah.
I had my laptop in the back seat. Now it wasn't like just out. It was in a, I feel stupid even saying it. Now, in my defense, I literally went inside for 2 minutes. I was like, nah, it'll be fine. I'm just going to run in and get this sandwich and come out. And I came out and there was this lady being like,
You're like, lady, why are you crying? I'm the one that lost my laptop. Like,
yeah, like how come you didn't stop him?
It's like this 80-year-old grandma. You're like, you didn't use the cane. You should have beat him up.
Why didn't you do anything about that, huh?
I will say, I feel like I'm so lucky because I'm a bip virgin still. I've not been bipped, and I'd like to think that it's because I have like a 2012 Ford Edge, and everyone's like, you know what, that guy doesn't need that. Like, he's already got enough going on in his life. We don't need to break into that car. Like, that car already sucks. He doesn't deserve that.
That's true. Bippers have a conscience. They always do.
See, they at least care. They're like, oh, that nice Tesla. Okay, I'll bip that one. But like this guy, he's got a 2019 or 2011 Camry. Like, I don't need to do that. That's just
this guy's got a Kia Stinger. Fuck him. Marco Angeles says, should the Niners get Scatty Boo? And what do you think about him? I liked him more as like a potential fullback conversion than like an actual tailback.
Really? I've heard that so many times, and I don't get it.
And
I get it. He's kind of short. Slow. Yeah.
I don't know that you could do much with him as a receiver. I don't know. I liked him as a potential fullback down the line. I was a running back.
I think his height is like one of his best assets, though, because the like power that he runs with, him being short is such a benefit because he can just murder people. Like, he can just, I don't know. I think he gives me like kind of Marshawn energy, and I love it. Because I love my boy Marshawn. Like, come on. You love Marshawn.
He's not half the athlete Marshawn Lynch was when he was
definitely not. But he's got the murder rate of like, let's just go head on head and let's kill him.
Joseph Ernberg says, can we just drop Purdy and boot him to the curb? There's no rule against it. He says, Brock's not even top 32. Brock is a small man loser. Wow.
That's a wild one. Wasn't expecting that.
It was so personal.
Joseph's coming for his neck.
Wow, Jesus. Joseph. I don't know what that came from. Well, look. I think it's the end of the show.